I'm sharing with you tips focused on farming to help you out. If you want to know more about earning gummies, I really recommend you check out my other videos, particularly on that subject. Thank you for leaving this comment that inspired this video. My pocket's full. First of all, let's empty your pockets, because when you farm and you have crops to take, it's best to empty your pockets so you can actually take the crops. This is my farm. As you can see, there's certain things that are brownish yellow. That means there's weeds there. And don't worry if you didn't know. In case you do, you don't have to pick the plant just because it's weeded. You can just take out the weed, leave it, and the plant will heal. It won't die. It will heal once you water it, or you put automation, whether it be a sprinkler or water gun around it. Or if it's in an oob coop, you don't have to worry if they're watering it. Your crops won't die. They usually stay and taking care of it. Another tip, which I said my top best 10 tips, is automate your farm. That's the easiest way. So you can just leave it and it just works by itself. Whether you want to use a sprinkler like here, where you have to pick your own crops, or use a oob coop, upgrade it to the maximum, and you can have them water it, take care of everything. And it's very much, you just give them the seeds and you don't have to worry about anything. And that also helps you avoid putting your ooblets in the wildlands. For layout, I think it's as you prefer. I have a mix of oob coops and of self-farming. Self-farming. If you're farming, it's of course yourself. Another thing to keep your farm running smoothly, when you see that you're out of seeds or the oob coop, there's no dot around it, you have to give them seeds. That's an indication that they're out. So you just go around, look around, up, no dot, they're out of seeds. If you don't want to go along and keep checking all the time, that's an easy way to find out. Depending on your automation sprinkler, it tells you how much space you can use. Like for instance, if I remove this and I put it back, let me use it. It shows you the reference of how big of a square footage when you place it that it can cover. So I do recommend do the automation and see yourself how you want to lay out your farm. I have it in a way where it's the crops first here that I want to water myself first. That's how I started it. You can always move it around, but I just started this way and I continued suit. I don't know if that's English. I started my farm here first because it was closest to my house and closest to the watering can. So everything here used to be hand watered. Then I saved, got the money, and got it automated. After I continued growing and I got more automation further back, so I wouldn't have to walk with my watering can. And all of these, for instance, are also just automation or water guns, which I got for free. I didn't buy these unless it was part of a mission. I just waited, and sometimes you get gifted by talking to characters and things of that sort. Also, farming and pulling out weeds gets you seeds sometimes. So watch out for that as well, in case you're saving money and you don't want to buy too much seeds. Picking can give you some, but just know cultivating isn't a guarantee you're going to get more seeds. Also note, the more things you have to weed, take care of, and water, the more energy you're going to spend on your farm. So you have to be careful that you can actually go ahead and do that. If not, you need to stock up and have coffee on hand. Another recommendation is upgrade your oob coop as fast as possible, because when you upgrade them as fast as possible, it's easier later for you. You just need to upgrade it, and now you can put ooblets. You have more space, and they can take care of your farm instead of going to the wildlands. But if you're completely at the beginning of your gameplay, I do recommend you go to the wishy well and you upgrade everything as fast as possible. You don't get wishies as fast as you get gummies, but if you have things to upgrade, might as well take that because you're not gonna get the upgradable element later. This is the only way to get it. So spend your wishies on that. Whereas obsidian, you can get that with ooblets once you catch gleamies and you leave them on your farm. Another tip, you'll get free obsidian very quickly, very often. You don't need to buy gummies unless really you have no choice, because again, wishies come slower than gummies in my opinion. And you also have what you call speedy grow and speedy grow pro here in the wishy well, which you can buy, but you can also get that gifted by completing missions, or I should say tasks, by giving, you know, those friendship stickers. You get them at random moments. I don't remember all of them. I'm saying random, I don't remember, but definitely you get them for free as well. The difference between Speedy Go and Speedy Go Pro, the Speedy Go accelerates your crop 1 day of growth, whereas the Speedy Go accelerates it 3 times. So if you're in a rush to get a crop or crops, this is what you should use, depending on how far along they are. Another one that is a good element in case you don't have water automation like sprinklers or water guns, you can use the Stay Soggy. Basically, if it's dry and you don't want to water, you don't have time, you drop it and the soil will stay soggy for 2 days. So you wouldn't have to water it. But I don't recommend, because in the game it rains and I've already used this and it rained like the next day. So you waste it. So it's whatever, do what you want. But these things can be fished as well, which I didn't mention. You can fish these if you're fishing. So it's random, but still it's things to keep in mind before you just go and buy. Try to fish it if you have some bait. There's also Stay Soggy Extra Sog, which is 4 days instead of 2 days. I still recommend just getting a sprinkler instead, but to each their own if you gotta use that. To get the automation, water sprinklers, water gun, wooden paths to go to your crops, you go to Sprint store, you go to this machine, the fabric cutter, and you can get wooden paths. Just make sure you always have planks on you. And again, breaking the locks, etc., can get you those planks if you need it. And you can also get your oobcoops and other things to make things that you need for recipes. But as well, your sprinklers, you need Nurney, Cloudlet, Rain Plop. It tells you what you need for each ones. I don't recommend so much the water gun. I have some, but it's just only 3x3. So it depends on what you want your farm to look like. I would recommend whichever you want to buy. It all depends on your layout. Again, I don't believe that's a more productive layout. It's to me how you play the game. If you're someone who is dedicated to farming, maybe you're gonna dedicate a big space for as much crops as you can. If you are mixed, as in you're gonna do store and you're gonna do farming, you might not care. And if you're like someone like me who's like, I'm just going for the aesthetics and I'm gonna do different sectors, that's what you do, and that's what I did. Unlock the wildlands and get this Nurney thing. I don't say unlock the Nurney mining, because it's gonna help you immensely and upgrade in everything, because you get a lot of Nurneys, and so that's one thing you don't have to worry and break rocks on your farm to do. I do recommend you clean your farm as you go along, because it helps immensely. I recommend you use a lighty lanty when it's dark, because this way you have a little bit of light. If you want to also garden at night, that's a secret tip. I don't know if other people talk about it, but yeah, you can literally garden at night if you have the energy. If you don't, you can drink coffee or eat something to get that energy, and you can actually still like farm, plant, water at night. It's just easier. You can do it without it, but I just think you see better. I don't know if it's a tip that's commonly known, so I'm sharing it with you now. Obsidian, as I told you, free. Once you have the gleamies, you will get the free obsidian. And if you want to pick it, you can pick it. Even if it's brown, if you can still cook with it, it's fine. It doesn't penalize you in any shape or form. It just doesn't look as pretty color-wise. And I don't find it's that bad. It's just not as vibrant. That's what I would say. I wouldn't say it's not pretty. I just think it's just not as vibrant. when you have a plant, you can see, and it has 4 days left, you can actually click A and go fertilize, and it will automatically do that. And then you have the animation, and then you'll see the plant. Once my cat stop rolling over it, I'll show 3 days there. And again, there's other, I could have done the super grow, which again goes it 3 days faster. So right now, I'm just for the sake of this video, I'm showing you. Let him stop rolling over my crops. And it's instant. Boom. I always have storage. I know that's not necessarily farming, but to me it's power out of it, because when you get the crops and you can't have any more room, you need to store it. You get a refrigerator if you want it to make sense. I put it in the refrigerator in my store, or I just put it in the chest. I don't mind that it doesn't make sense. And the game, I think it makes sense to me. Maybe I'm Celesta, maybe I'm not. But you can call me Rice, because that's my nickname. Buy crops when you see them, so you have them in stock. I said it in my top 10 tips video, but go to meat store, buy stuff when they're on sale. If you have the funds, you can buy them when they're not on sale as well. Like I'm buying these because I have enough of these, the spring beans coffee. So even though they're on sale, I don't want them. I just want the beets and the muds, because those are used for so many things. Might as well use them. It's like a staple item. So I do recommend, if you only can afford 2, you can either wait till they're on sale or just buy a lot of beets, a lot of muds, because later you'll see a lot of ingredients need them or need things that derive from them. You can also build space heaters, Sprinkle Hot and Sprinkle Hot XL for the winter days if you plan on farming when it snows. It's not snowing right now in my gameplay, but I do have a video where I show you the winter update. It's an older video, but it's still valid. It just shows you how it is during the winter when it snows. But if you play Ooblets long enough, it will snow and everything is frozen everywhere. So it's good to have if you need crops or you need to sell anything, because you can just go to your inventory, have it at hand. And you know there's one, you don't need to water it if your crop is frozen. But if you do want to actually plant it, or you want to grow it and cultivate it, you have to have either the space heater that will melt it, but you'll have to water it yourself. You have to take care of it. Or you can use one of the Sprinkle Hots. The Sprinkle Hot XL is the bigger version. You have a 5x5 area, and the Sprinkle Hot regular standard is, I believe, 3x3. Yes, it's 3x3. So that's the difference. And if anything and you have none, that's also the liquid melts frozen crops and lasts until it stops snowing. It's the meltalizer. So that's another thing you can use if you have none. I have only some, and I just keep them in storage as well. It can be in a chest, it can be in a cupboard, it could be in your refrigerator, whatever storage you buy from Sprint store. I recommend you stock it up so when it snows, just in case you need it. And you can also fish this meltalizer or actually get it from a reward somehow. Let me know in the comments if you have other questions, farm related and Ooblets, or if you can give advice to others or have tips that you want to share that I didn't talk about in this video that others should know. And thank you for watching until now. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share, and take care. Until next video, you can watch my top 10 Ooblets tips if you haven't seen it, or any other video that YouTube recommends. And until next time, bye.